Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today's Friday, September 15th. It is 6:21 right now. Market's gonna open in about 9 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. Just got a couple of things here to update and we should be good to go. All right, let's go there. Let's get there. Last thing. Looks like we are good to go. Get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right. Here. There. Looks like we are pretty much good to go for the most part. Let me get this link sent out in one last place. All right. All right, guys. Morning, everybody. It looks like people are still making their way in. Today is Friday, September 15th. Happy Friday, everyone. It is 6:23 right now. Market's going to open in about 7 minutes. So I'll get a few more moments for people to continue making their way in, and then we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. All right, all right, I'm going to start off by market liquidity over here. So let's go over here to the liquidity charts. I'm going to start market liquidity here on the weekly. Again, guys, I'm not really going to mark up too many. It's like wherever it's close to price, because it's kind of pointless for me to just, keep market liquidity here, and it's we're not going to expect price to push that far. So I'm just going to mark it up to there. Everything below that's kind of pointless. If it gets to that point, we'll make some adjustments, but I highly doubt it's going to move like 10,000 pips in one day. So we have the daily right there. Go down to the 8-hour. Right here. Go down to the 4-hour. Go down to the 2-hour. Now we're down to the 30-minute time frame. Change that to red. $15-minute. A minute. And now we are done. All right, so there goes pretty much liquidity. So if you look over here, looks like the closest high level is going to be at 35,357. That's going to be the high level liquidity up there, up top. A little long position tool right there. Again, I don't know if price will reach that point. It's pretty far off. Let me measure it real quick. From this point where it's currently at up to there, that's about almost 1,700 pips. It's a pretty big push to the upside. I mean, it's a possibility, but again, I don't really know if it's going to get to that point. Anyways, the lower point right here is going to be at 35,126. It's a low level liquidity. So if you guys are looking to take that, just be a little careful. Probably only go for 100 pips. It might even hit pre-market. It looks like we're getting this big pre-market dump right here. So I got liquidity right there. It's at 35,126. If you guys want to take it, price is extremely overextended. So you might want to be careful taking that trade. If you do take it, probably want to go for like 100 pips or so. But retail sentiment is very bullish right now. So this might just be pre-market move, and then it might swing all the way back up on open. So just be careful if you guys are looking to take it. But if you guys are trying to take it, I'd probably try to hop in before market open, because when it hits 630, price might just spike all the way up. So if you're not in this position by 630, I would probably not take it, because when market opens, you want to be very careful. Retail sentiment is very high right now. It's currently 67% short. It was 68 a little while ago. So I think price will make a huge correction back to the upside. I think this drop right here is temporary, and I think price will swing all the way up because we have a very bullish bias with regard to retail sentiment over here. So with that said, we have liquidity marked up. Let me go over here and mark up news. We had news this morning. So we had news over here at 5:30, 6:15, 7. So 5:30, 6:15, and 7. I'm going to go ahead and mark up upcoming news right there at 7. We had news over here at 6:15, which was this weird candle right here. And then we had news over here at 5:30. The weird candle as well. It wasn't really a big candle. It's just that's where the drop started happening. So we had news right there at 5:15. It was export prices, import prices, etc. And then we have the New York Empire State Manufacturing Index. It was all positive news, but price came down super heavy. So this is another reason why I think price is going to correct back up on open. On top of that, we had news over here at 6:15, some all positive news, and then news over here at 7 o'clock. So again, if you guys are looking to take that liquidity, looks like if you want to take it, I think it's risky, but you got to take it right now. If you don't take it right now, it's going to be a little too late, because when the market opens, I do see a correction to the upside happening. So, we'll see what happens here when the market actually does open. But other than that, looking over here at the higher time, or pretty much all the time frames, lower time frames are bearish. You can see the 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute price has been dumping for a long time. It's very overextended. Prices below the pivots, trend meters red, pivots are angling down. However, looking over here on the higher time frames, the 4 hour is still bullish, guys. So you can see over here, the 1 hour is neutral, 30 minute is neutral bearish, but the 4 hour here is still bullish. So, price can just bounce off wherever it's currently at and make that retracement back to the upside. So it's a really tricky market right now at the moment specifically. But with that said, let's take a look at the fundamentals pre-market. Pre-market fundamentals are currently 45, so they're pretty much neutral right now. So I'm going to go ahead and stick to this chart right here, our main chart. And we'll look for that breakout V2. So today's overall bias, retail sentiment is bullish. It's 67% short. Fundamentals are neutral. For neutral. What was it? Negative 40 points. Short-term technicals were bearish. Long-term technicals were neutral. So it's pretty mixed right now, as you guys can see. There's not really much of a clear bias. It's pretty mixed at the moment. So we're looking for that breakout 2.0 right now. In order to get that, we need 2 red candles, or we need a buy signal with 2 green candles. So that's what we're waiting for right here. Looking for either 2 red candles, or we're looking for a buy signal and 2 green candles. Yeah, every time I try to do something, someone tries to join the Zoom. All right, so we got that right there. And then we got that right there. So we don't really have the direction yet. We're just waiting for, something here to play through. Nice, Dan. Got liquidity for 10 points. Nice work, Dan. You got that lower liquidity. Yeah, no, looks like it's pretty solid. So, all right, we're just looking for confirmation here. And once we get confirmation, we can start looking for a possible entry. There's not really too much confirmation here. We have a pending buy signal. See if this closes. Nope, doesn't look like it. All right, so no buy signal yet. I mean, it's pending. There's one right here, it's pending. Let's go here to the clean chart. Go and mark up opening price as well. And I'll come back to this a little later. So this is the clean chart. Here's liquidity. Liquidity got hit straight to TP, like I mentioned. Still don't have that buy signal there. It's still pending. But yeah, the liquidity right there got hit. I mean, it's doing exactly what I told you guys was going to happen, right? I said, if you guys want to take liquidity, make sure you take it right here because it's going to swing right back up. And that's exactly what happened. Price came down, hit TP. And now it's kind of going back and forth right now. There's no clear direction. Here's a clean chart, as you guys can see. There's not really too much going on. I mean, price is kind of just sitting up there. The ATR right now is currently at 19. It's not super high, but it's decent from where it's currently at. So we're looking for either 2 red candles for the breakout V2, or we're looking for a buy signal and 2 green candles. If we don't get any of those or either of those, then you just got to sit tight and be patient. The entry is going to come eventually. It's just a matter of time until it actually does. We got news over here at 7 as well. So just something to keep an eye out for, of course. Yeah, the buy signal has been trying to close for like the past 3 candles now. So let's see if it actually closes here. All right, so the buy signal closed. The thing that we'd be looking for here now is we're looking for 2 green candles. If we have 2 green candles, then we'll have a possible opportunity for a buy. If we get a swing back to the downside, then we'll be looking for a sell signal. So we're basically looking for 2 green candles. If not, then we're looking for a sell signal for a shift back down. I don't really care where price goes. You know, we're looking for our entry here. So I don't care if we get a buy or if we get a sell, but this is basically what we're looking for. Or the and then for the momentum counter scalp, it's going to be opposite. So this is why I don't really focus on the counter scalp as much, because it's not always going to be in the direction that we're looking for, because sometimes you're going to contradict each other. So you kind of have to stick to one. So if this closes as a green candle, which it did, we're now looking for 1 more green candle. If we get another green candle, this is going to be the entry for the breakout V2. Yeah, Vince said price is overextended. The thing is, price is overextended in both directions, so it's going to be tough. It's just the market volatility right now is just, you know, it's hard to tell which direction you really want to follow this with. So if you guys want to take the breakout V2, feel free. I think this might be a little risky trade, but it's just, you know, it's up to your preference, guys, how you guys want to take it. I got to make sure it's a green candle. So if it's like maybe, like it's like kind of bouncing back and forth, and I'm just going to hold off on it. But if it's like for sure green candle, then I'll hop in for the daily right there, or for the breakout V2. See.
Order filled. Stock filled.
By what? That was weird. I don't know what happened with that with my trade of eight. Well, my trade of eight kind of, I don't know what happened. It just like filled it and then it closed it. I don't know. Anyways, I'm following it right here, guys. Let me see where it's currently at. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my trade of eight. It looks like this one's going to be a little bit of an iffy one. So the crazy candle right here in the beginning, this is kind of like what we've been looking at for the past 2 days. Whenever you have like some like unusual candle movement pre-market, then it usually becomes an iffy entry. Today it was like one of those entries that I kind of just jumped into. I typically like hold off on it, but for this one here, I just took it. It's just we haven't had a breakout in like 2 days, so I'm just going to take it. Today's also Friday, so just keep that in mind. There was news pre-market. I mean, there was news pretty much all this week. It was it was inflation week, so we had CPI, PPI, and then today we had the Empire State Index news or whatever. It was all positive though, so it was kind of pointing towards the upside. But yeah, if this doesn't work out, it's completely fine. I'm still in it right now. Yeah, so I got stopped out. First breakout V2 that I've taken that has been stopped out. There's 2 breakout V2s that happened this week that didn't work out, but I didn't take them or I pulled out early. So this one right here, I ate the loss. It's all good. It happens. This is all part of pulling the data from this specific strategy. But here's the thing that I was mentioning before. So see how we have this crazy movement before pre-market? This is kind of what happened for the past 2 days. And if you look at our data over here, maybe this is a sign for us to stop taking, like to not take it, or maybe take it with either a small account or lower lot size. Because you can see over here, so every day we had a win streak of 9 straight wins, right? For the 13th, 14th, and then now the 15th, it's the same thing that happened. So this is the data that we're going to be using moving forward. Now that we have this data here, I'm like, okay, this is why, this trade probably should have skipped. I mean, this is probably going to come back right back up eventually, but for this right here, now we have the data. Okay, like this, whenever this happens, and I'll show you guys a screenshot from like yesterday's, because this is exactly what happened the day before that too. So looking at the screenshot over here, you guys can see that crazy movement right here pre-market, and it didn't work out. And then same with the one yesterday right here. Oops, this is the wrong strategy. This one right here, it's the same thing. You just get like this crazy movement pre-market, and then price gets highly manipulated on open. So I think moving forward, now that we have this here, I'm probably going to be a little more careful with the entries, or I just might just skip it and I'll follow it when the movement's like that, because it's only happened like this when there's high impact news pre-market. So let me go ahead and just update this real quick. And this is the only way that we'll get better at determining, when and when not to take certain entries, because the strategy is still in testing phase. But we did have a pretty good win streak for like the entire month. So it was only about time until we started to run into these problems here, especially with the increased volatility. And I'm going to go ahead and just take a screenshot of this so that we have this documented. But yeah, this is the first breakout V2 that I've taken that has actually lost. Every trade I've taken myself personally has won. I usually skip these trades, but today I was trying to use probability on my side, and the probability just didn't play through. So it's all good. Just got to bounce with it. And I'm going to document this right here as a loss. However, the win rate for this strategy is still very good. So we took a buy here. That didn't play through. So yeah, win rate for this strategy is still 63.64% profit for the strategy for the entire month now so far. Basically a full month is 1,500 pips, which is still pretty solid in my opinion. So keep sticking to it. And now we'll look for, so this actually lined up with the momentum counter scalp. The breakout V2 right here didn't play through, but the momentum counter scalp actually did. I don't know if anybody looked for the momentum counter scalp that happened right here. So there was a green buy signal. There was 2 red candles right here. And this one actually played through. So Not sure if anyone over here took the momentum counter scalp, but anyways, let me just go and document this real quick, so that we have this in our data. What's the thing? Thought I posted a loss here. Breakout. Okay. Today's breakout B2. So it's the same thing. If you look over here for things to consider, price was overextended at time of entry, plus the high impact right there as well. So I got the data right there for that. And then I'm going to update this real quick for the counter scalp. So I'm just updating the data right here. And you guys are following it. So for my TraderVate account, I don't know what happened earlier. It pulled me out early. I'm still going to keep taking those smaller trades with it, the 100 pip ones. I think that's probably what happened. It closed me out at 100 pips. That's why I entered and then it closed out super quickly. So what I'm looking for over here is I'm looking for 2 red candles. If you guys are taking, I mean, I don't recommend you guys take this unless you guys are like, you guys know what you're doing. But for this right here, I'm kind of just YOLOing it with my Top Step account because I have to use it. I haven't been using it for a while. So I'm taking what we call the momentum follow-up right now. So basically we have a sell signal. If I get 2 red candles, I'll take it for a quick 100 pip move. And I'm just taking all of those entries from 6:30 to 8 on my Top Step account. So just a heads up. So if you guys do hear my order filled button, that's on my Top Step. I'm trading here on my laptop, separate computer, just to take trades on it because I haven't been taking trades on my Top Step account. So I need to use it because I keep paying for Top Step, but the accounts aren't being used. Yeah, Maddie said might lure in sellers and make its way back up. Yeah, I can see that too, Maddie. So with the buy there's just a lot of reasons for me to look for the buy, guys. That's why I was confident in taking this trade here, even though it lost. When you ever take a trade, you have to take the trade with confidence. So the reason why I was okay with taking this here was mainly because the retail sentiment was so high. It's starting to drop now. It was like 68% short on open. I saw the higher time frames over here on the 4-hour. Like I mentioned, I said price can probably bounce off this right here because it looks like it's bouncing. So if you look over here on the 4-hour, it's probably going to bounce eventually. You can see right there, it's rejecting off the pivot. It just didn't bounce when I wanted it to. So unfortunately, it didn't bounce when I wanted it to, but you can see over here on the 4-hour, it's bouncing. So there's just a lot of confluences here kind of pointing me in the direction that price was going to correct back up. But unfortunately, the strategy did play through and it's okay. Take the loss, move on with the next one and continue on with your analysis. So I'm looking for, let's see. So we already have the counter scalp. I got to go and put that over here too. So let me go and put the counter scalp in real quick. So as you guys can see, I'm still pulling data for like pretty much all of these strategies. So I'll go in there, right there. It's for a buy. Yeah, so the counter scalp over here, if you guys look at this strategy, this counter scalp is still fine. The breakout V2 is currently on a losing streak right now. We've only taken one of them though, so this is the only one I've taken. But yeah, it's in a bit of a losing streak, so I think the next one might be good. So I'm going to keep obviously I'm going to keep taking. I'm testing the strategy continuously. So I'm going to take the next one, which is on Monday, and I think that one will probably play through because we don't really have that the losing streak. I don't think we've ever seen a 3-trade losing streak for the breakout B2. Jimmy's been helping me with this with the data over here for. I thought I had it on here, but I'll pull it up later. Yeah, Jamie's been helping me with data for pretty much all of the entries. So he's been going back in time, like until like 2022 and stuff, to pull up data for me. And I don't know if we've had, let me see, Jamie. Let me see, Randy said, your emails. What do you mean, Randy? Do you get an email from, I thought you were talking about like MFF or something. All right, so we're looking for, okay, so this is the second red candle here. The candle's kind of big. I don't recommend you guys take this, but as I mentioned, guys, I'm taking these entries as a, oh, fuck, I wasn't able to put the quantity. I don't know why it does that on,
Order filled.
Trade shit, I entered a little too late. So every time I enter a trade on Trade it makes me put the lot size in. Like I gotta re-put it back in, which is kind of annoying. The entry technically hit already for this here, so unfortunately I got in super late. It should have already hit the TP when it came down. It looks like, so these trades aren't counting as like official trades, guys. As I mentioned for my Trade I'm taking these trades and I'm kind of just letting them run because I need to use the account. It's either the account either passes or it doesn't pass. That's kind of what I'm doing with these accounts here for my Trade. So technically it looks like it came down already. So these don't take these trades right here, guys. I'm just taking these quick scalps on my Trade because I'm kind of tired of having them. So if these accounts pass, then great. If they don't, then I'm just not going to renew them because I keep getting charged every month for Top Step. If you guys use Top Step, I'm getting charged like $400 a month to just have the accounts sitting there and not actually use them. But these are like really tight stop losses. So don't take these trades here, guys.
Stop filled.
Yeah, it's all good. This trade right here, I'm taking, these are like very speculative trades that I'm taking, and I'm just taking them. And then if they play through, then they play through. If they don't, then they don't. But the problem with this here is that I entered super late. The entry was supposed to happen like way earlier. And it looks like it probably would have hit TP, but unfortunately, you got to put your lot size here every time when you take the trade on Top Step, which is super annoying. I don't know if anybody has a way to automate it, like MC4, where you just hit buy or sell and it goes back in. But every time I enter a trade here on Top Step, it requires that the quantity be filled, unless I got to trade on the DOM. That might be the thing. So guys, don't take any of these trades that come up on here. If you hear order filled and stuff, unless it's a momentum pullback scalp, take that. But I'm just kind of taking a lot of like just speculative entries here on my Top Step to try to get this account going, because this account's been sitting stale for like 2 or 3 months now. I have 2 accounts, so I have to trade both of them separately since the copier doesn't really work very well with this platform. Let me see if there's anything else right here. So we got some profits over here from Kenny. Kenny locked in a total profit of 1,940 for the day. Nice work, Kenny, right there. We got Shiv over here. Shiv took the, actually, let me just save that real quick. Yeah, so Kenny locked in 1,940. Nice work right there, Kenny. Here's Shiv over here. Shiv took the trade over here as well. Total profit of, yeah, he took the buy right there for the little push. And he took this trade right here as well. So total profit of 288 or 286. Nice work, Shiv. So people are applying different strategies here. You guys can see Shiv took this other entry off the lower low. And then Kenny, I'm not sure what Kenny took, but he took the buy right here at 633. He took 2 buys actually. One at 6. It looks like he took the one over here, 633, and then one at 6. I don't know what Kenny took. He just took 2 buys right here. And they both went into profit. So guys, just a reminder, if you guys hear my order filled, unless it's a momentum pullback scalp, don't enter into the trade. What I'm doing here is I'm just taking these momentum follow-ups. So I'm looking for a momentum signal to follow up red candles, where if I get a buy signal, I'm looking for 2 follow-up green candles. and I'm just following it through. The TP stop loss is super tight. It's for a 1-to-1, 100 pips. So this is the type of strategy that you can't really apply on MT4 because the spread's so wide. If you look at the spread right now on FTMO, it's currently 1.8 or 180. So the spread's very wide on FTMO. So you have to cover that spread before you take a trade. And if you try to take a 100 pip stop loss trade on FTMO, you might go straight to your stop loss. So don't take these trades on your FTMO, or just don't take these trades at all. These are just trades that are being taken on my Top Step account. I'm trying to figure out the DOM. I don't know if anybody uses the DOM here on Top Step because I want to have the automatic TP stop loss, but I'm not sure if it actually enters with the automatic TP stop loss. I don't know. I'll keep trying it. Yeah, Shiv said he uses TradingView. The problem with TradingView is that I had issues with it in the past. So if you guys remember, I tried to trade with TradingView and there's a connectivity issue. That's why Top Step doesn't allow TradingView anymore. We took them off temporarily until they fix it. And I don't think they brought it back yet. But yeah, it would be nice if gotcha. Yeah. So Shiv said since the email less people on TradeObate and TradingView, so he hasn't had an issue. Well, that's good to know. If that's the case, I might just do that too. She said touch wood. Yeah. If that's the case, then oh, Daniel, have you been using it on TradingView as well? Okay, cool. So if you guys are using it on TradingView, then why not? I should just use it on TradingView too then. Okay, well, that's good to know. All right, so I guess I'll just use it here on TradingView. I'll test it out. But again, guys, the TP stop loss is like super tight. So you guys definitely should not use this. You guys should not use this type of strategy on your MT4, because MT4 is they're gonna rip you off for sure. Okay, so that's good to know. All right, cool. Thanks, Daniel and Shiv. I'll use TradingView as well to just execute these trades. Again, guys, these are not official trades. I'm just kind of YOLOing my and this goes against everything that I stand for. I never would tell you guys to YOLO account. The thing is, I just don't want this account anymore. So with this account, it's either I get funded on this account and I start to make profits on it, or this account just doesn't work out for me. So that's kind of what's happening with this account here, guys. So I would never recommend that you guys do this. But from what I pulled from my data, the strategy is pretty decent as long as you apply it long enough throughout the session and throughout, long term. This strategy will it'll yield 100 pips like so-and-so. But since I'm doing only 100 pips, it's easy for me to just keep taking trades and then they'll balance out over time. So like I took the loss just now off that trade, off TradeObate, and then it's just going to, it's just going to keep doing the same thing, right? Like once I have a win, it'll go back to break even. Once I have a loss, it'll just go lower. If I go another win, it'll just keep adding the wins to it. So you guys will see me take these trades here. But again, these are not official trades. The only official trades that we're looking for now, because we already had the momentum count, we had the momentum counter scalp and the breakout V2. We're now going to be looking for momentum pullback scalp. So I got to keep reminding you guys not to take these like little small trades that I'm taking, because they're not meant to be taken as regular trades. This is kind of just speculative moves that I'm taking so that I can basically pump this TradeObate account. Because the thing is, I have 2 TradeObate accounts, so I kind of have a double dip opportunity into this since they don't have a copier. So I'm basically going to YOLO this, and then I'm going to YOLO the next one. And then if that doesn't work out, I'm just not going to use it anymore, because it's kind of pointless for me to have the account when there's no copier attached to it. So let me see. All right, let me just take a screenshot of my profits for the day so that you guys can see my loss. I just want to confirm with you guys, I want to be transparent, show you guys that, I do suffer losses sometimes, and these losses are, they don't happen very often, but when they do happen, I'll show you that, like, if you're still consistent, you should still be in profit for the week so far. So I'm in profit for the week so far, and I'm still doing pretty solid with regard to all my accounts. Took a bit of an L on that one, but it happens. There's the ATR right there, Andreas. ATR is currently at 17 right now, so it's a little slow. It is, yeah, it's a little slow right now. Technically, there's a momentum pullback scalp that came up right here, but it was kind of hard to tell because it happened at 643. This was kind of happening where like a lot of the other entries were happening. So we had a sell momentum here, bearish trend. ATR right here was at 21. So price pulled down, retraced on this green candle. Entry happened right here, and then it would have came down from there. Yeah, so this would have been, so if I waited a little bit and I just took the momentum pullback scalp right here, this one over here actually would have played through pretty nice. That's all good. It's all good, it happens. All right, let me just go and take a screenshot of this real quick. Yeah, so I want to show you guys, realistic goals and profits and things to realize here. Like when you guys suffer losses like I did today, it shouldn't really affect you as long as you're following the game plan. So I've only had one loss in like maybe a couple weeks so far, or maybe a week or two. So let me just put this up right here real quick. Okay, so we have news right here at 7 o'clock, guys. So I'm going to hold off until the news passes, but I just want to show you guys my loss so that you guys can see that it is okay if you end up, I don't know what it's called there. Okay, so here's my loss right here. You can see my copy here. I took the trade. Typically, if the trade's risky, I only take it on one account, but today I took it on all my accounts. It is what it is. You can see over here I had my lost about 2,000 per account, which is not that bad. For the week so far, I'm still up 3,000 on this account, 3,000, 4,000, 3,000, 6,000, 1,000, 1,000, 3,000, 3,000. So I'm still up in profit a lot for the week. And then for the month, I'm still up super heavy. So, the losses are going to come and they're going to happen every once in a while. But as long as you stay consistent, your wins are going to outweigh your losses over time. So with that said, let me just do the math over here real quick so I can show you. So for today, I lost 2,100. 2090, 2090, 2090, 5580. And the losses might seem big, but they're not really that big because they're spread out across multiple accounts. It's not just one account. 2034, 2034. So I lost about 19,688. So you guys got to be able to eat that loss, right? If you want to be seeing big profits. So that's my loss for the day. For the week so far, I'm up 3360 plus 3720 plus 4020 plus 3720 plus 6040 plus 1575 plus 1380 plus 3291 plus 3491. So I'm still up 30,000 for the week. So I lost 19 today, but I'm up 30 for the week, right? I'll take that any day. And then for the month so far, I'm currently up 6880 plus 7420 plus 7720 plus 7770 plus 8779 plus 3190 plus 2358 plus 7279 plus 7322. Okay, so for the month so far, I'm still up 58,718. So you can see I took one loss, a small loss today in comparison to the bigger scheme of things. Took one loss today, which is eventual. It's going to happen some from time to time. Lost 19 today. I'm up 30 for the week, and then I'm up 58 for the month. So just to show you guys, in perspective here, you just got to stick to the game plan, eat those losses, move on to the next one. Don't let it bother you too much, and then continue on. That's all you got to do. If you do that and your trade psychology doesn't get all screwed up, I think that's a problem with a lot of people. They'll suffer one loss and their trade psychology gets all screwed up, and then they revenge trade or they overtrade, and then their account just keeps getting worse and worse. If you can just eat the loss, move on to the next trade, and just keep bouncing with it, eventually it's going to balance out, right? That's just how it works. Yes, you got to just have control of your trade psychology. You got to have control of trade psychology, and don't make drastic mistakes. So if you eat a loss, don't try to take that next trade or recover right away. Take a step back, wait for the market to kind of like stabilize, let your mind reset, and then hop into that next trade when you have the opportunity. So yeah, I just want to be transparent with you guys. I do suffer losses, but yeah, I'm still up for the weekend, for the month. So it's not really a big deal to me so far, specifically for these types of conditions. I mean, the market's been crazy. You guys can see over here. So this right here, if you guys looked at this, the market volatility was crazy pre-market. So, we were expecting the market was either going to be really good in our favor or really against us. It seems like today it's not really moving too smoothly because obviously market is kind of just going back and forth very often. It's not really consistent. So you look over here on the clear, this is a clean chart. You guys can see there's no direction. Price opened right here, faked out, came down, faked out, came back up, might fake out again, come right back down, right? It's a back and forth movement over and over again. Let me go over here and drop structure, that you guys can have an idea. All right, so there goes a clean chart. It's kind of hard to tell what is going on here. All right, let me see this real quick. Again, guys, don't take this trade here. I'm just taking these trades off of my Tradeovate because I'm kind of just YOLOing it to try and make something out of this account. So guys, don't take this trade. The TP stop loss is way too tight to take this on an MC4. Looking for this to close green. If it closes green, I'll take this for a quick 100 pips possibly. If not, then let's hold off on it. It's too hard to tell. I couldn't really tell how it was moving from there. I mean, it would have been a nice entry though. Yeah, no, definitely. Shannon said, key to our success. Appreciate your words. Yeah, definitely. That's really what it is. Natasha said, yes, that's me. I have to learn to eat it. Yeah, 100%, guys. Shiv said, nuts, man, you'll always lose, right? But at least you're not FOMOing and making it back. Yeah, exactly, Shiv. Randy said your breakout win rate is still higher than the spreadsheet considering you didn't take the 2 last losing trades. Yeah, exactly, Randy. So like what Randy just mentioned right now is that my personal win rate for the breakout V2 is higher because I didn't take these 2 losing trades right here. I just have 1 losing trade right here. So technically I had a 9 winning streak, and then I won partial of this one over here that actually lost. And then this one over here is my first loss. So technically I've had like about a 10 win streak for the breakout V2. And then I took a loss right here. I just try to play the probabilities because these 2 are back-to-back losses. And I was like, this one might play through because we don't really have any more losses after 2 back-to-backs, right? So now that there's 3 right here, I think Monday is going to be for sure a win. So I'm going to be pretty set on taking the Monday trade. But I mean, we'll see. I got to check the market again, make sure it's not moving all weird, because if it is moving weird, then, then that's going to be a bit of an issue. So that's going to be something that I have to look out for, because if we get this crazy, let me see if there's news on Monday actually, because if there's a lot of like unusual price movement pre-market like we've had for the past 2 days, then, and there's no news on Monday. So I think Monday should be fine. All right. So like, yeah, I'm going to look to recoup that loss on Monday, guys, for the breakout V2. Right now, we're looking for a momentum pullback scalp for official entry. This right here that I'm taking right now, this is not an official entry. This is more of like a speculative trade that I'm just taking on the side. So So don't take this trade here, guys. I'm just waiting for this trade. I'm taking this here as a side trade for my trade of 8. But the actual entry that we're looking for is going to be a momentum pullback scalp. We don't have a momentum pullback scalp right now because we need a bullish trend with the pivots. So looking at the pivots over here, we need this red pivot to be below all the other pivots so that we have that bullish pivot trend. Once we have that bullish trend, then we can start looking for a possible buy for the momentum pullback scalp, but we don't have that yet. So there's no official entries that are setting up right here. This entry that I'm taking is just a speculative move. This is something that can really only be taken on a futures account because the spread's too wide on like FTMO or any other MT4 broker. So you guys will see, like when I do enter a trade here, typically the spread's going to be super tight. It's going to allow me to enter a trade, get in and out when I need to. So still no entry here for my speculative momentum follow-up entries. All right, so let's see, as we wait for this here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to update the entries here. All right, so I thought I took a trade yesterday. I can't remember what I took yesterday. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Let's see everybody else's profit. So first, let's go to trade view. I'm going to keep looking at this here so I don't miss it. But anyways, looking at the profits over here. So we have, we have Patricia over here. She said might be done for the day. Took that counter trend trade for partial profit. Didn't like the way the market's been moving today. Yeah, same here, Patricia. Me neither. Patricia locked in 382 on her first account, 457 on her second account, 423 on her third account, and a total profit of 423 on her fourth account. All wins right there. Nice work, Patricia. Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's the, the market conditions today are a bit off. Just a reminder, today's Friday. The market typically moves very irregular on Mondays and Fridays. Mondays because people are re-entering the market from the weekend, and then Fridays because people are exiting the market for the weekend. So yeah, it's just typical for like Friday. Plus we had inflation news pre-market, and then it's been like this for the past couple of weeks. So, we just got to deal with it. It's hard to really gauge, where we're currently at because we're making the transition from summer to fall, and the fall volatility is kind of there, but it's not really there yet, right? It's like, it feels like it's there, but it's not necessarily there just yet. We got Gian over here. Nice. Congrats to Gian over here. Gian just passes FTMO. You can see over here, he had straight wins. Wow, it's crazy. Looking over here, Gian had 100% win rate, consistency of 93%. So Gian followed his consistency and he just passed the 200K account. So big congrats to Gian over here. Took that last trade right there for the sell, total profit of 1,020 for the day. And he just passed his challenge. It made 220,000. So 200K account just passed. He said win rate and consistency rate. Yeah. Congrats, Gian. Yeah, huge win right there for us, guys. That's a team win right there for Gian. Like it's a win for Gian, but it's a team win for us because Gian's been trying to get this challenge passed, and his problem was just consistency. He was a revenge trader. He took kind of random trades. It's a lot of dumb trades, But now Gian, he followed it. He's been following. So Gian's been testing another strategy. It's kind of similar to the counter scalp. And he has a 100% win rate, no losses. I mean, if I didn't take today's trade, I would have had a 100% win rate too, but it's all good. It is what it is. But yeah, nice work, Gian. All jokes aside, nice work, Gian, with passing that challenge. I mean, that's crazy. Gian passed the 200K challenge with a 100% win rate. And his consistency is so high. I don't know if you guys have looked at your consistency score. It's typically not that high. You usually don't see it that high. I see people a lot at 70 or 80, but Gian's at 93%. It's pretty big. So definitely nice work, Gian, on that. Again, guys, this is going to be a speculative trade for me personally. If this closes red, I don't recommend anybody take it, but I'm just taking this on my top step because I'm trying to make use of this account before I kind of just forget about it, because I don't really want to use it anymore and I can't really cancel it. I mean, I could cancel it, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to let it kind of play through and see if I can bring it back.
Order filled.
Oh my God, the spread here freaking sucks. So I thought the spread here would be nice. but the spread like sucks horribly. My entry happened way down here, and I click enter right here. So I was supposed to get in right there. I'll probably have to close this partial. Actually, no, it's fine. I don't know what happened. My entry just sucked though. It was like a little bit lower than where it should have been. But it looks like my TP is pretty much where it's supposed to be. I'm gonna close it out. If it goes down low, I'm just gonna close it out. All right,
Order
there we
filled.
go. I'm out. So there goes the trade that I was talking about, guys. I don't know what happened. The spread is kind of wide right now, even on futures accounts. You guys saw how I entered right there. I clicked sell. Typically, sell is right exactly where it needs to be, but it entered me a little bit lower. But my TP was still fine. So I took the trade right there. I pretty much just recouped that loss from earlier over here. So it's a 1-to-1, just 100 pips. So you guys can see if you do a 1-to-1, this is why I'm kind of like leaning towards 1-to-1. I know we've been doing negative risk reward, which still works. It's just the 1-to-1 is just a little, gives you that cushion. So if you lose one trade, you make one trade back, you're back at break even. So for today so far on these speculative entries that I'm taking, I'm back to break even. But on my FTMO and my MC4 accounts, I still haven't taken trades on there. Yeah, Marcin said on MT4, FTMO, it won't close your trade at TP, so he got out manually. Yeah, Marcin, the problem with, well, I don't even think you should be taking the trade on FTMO, but if you are taking it, yeah, the spread is a lot wider on there, Marcin. That's why I'm telling people not to take this trade on FTMO. If you want to take it, by all means, take the trade, but it's going to be hard for you to really manage this trade because when you get in, you're going to be in at a massive drawdown, like immediately. So yeah, if you're taking this trade on FTMO or any MC4 accounts, you got to be careful because the spread's really wide right now. It's currently at 19 or 190. That's very high. Typically spreads at like 140, 120, 130, but it's like extra. So if you are taking these trades, make sure to exit them manually. If the trade hits TP here on TradingView, make sure that you pull out of it because the last thing you want to do is be, get caught holding on to that position when you should be out of it. So we have a momentum pullback scalp that's possibly setting up over here, guys. Let me measure this real quick, make sure it's not overextended again. And not yet, it's almost there, but it's not there yet. So entry would happen here at the $40 mark. All right, so pending order right there for the momentum pullback scalp if anybody wants to take it. The pending limit order right there. I'm just going to wait for it to tell me when it's filled. If it continues dropping, then there has to be adjustments made to it. You have to take the next opportunity. All right. Mark, can I see your question, but I'll answer it later. We're still trading right now, so I do see your question though, so I'll answer it, towards the end once we have some downtime. But they're totally different strategies. If you ever want to go look, just pull up the spreadsheet as a requirements on the top, but they're different strategies. They're like completely different. So you can't really mix up the two. One is counter and one's the direction of momentum. All right, so I had to cancel this order, guys. Price dropped down a bit too much. So I canceled that momentum pullback scalp. Price never came back up to fill. Would have been nice if it did, but didn't. So this was a momentum pullback scalp. I was looking for price to retrace right here, fill the order and go down. Unfortunately, it never pulled back and it just went straight down. So now that price has dropped further, the entry is going to be a bit lower now. The only problem here is that price is, it's not super very, but it's definitely a bit overextended. It's over 1,000 pips. So it is a little bit of an issue right here with where price is currently at. Because it is a bit overextended right now. Let's see. Let's see if there's any other confluences here for us to like maybe look at where price can be going towards. I mean, there's a lower level down there, but it's a little bit risky. Let's see. I think about how, okay, if this comes back down further. I'm just looking for like structure where price will like, if it does fill right here, where is it going to go to, right? Next area that needs to touch would probably be down here. But again, it'd be a bit of a risk. So if you guys want to take the momentum pullback scalp, it's actually right there at the 20 mark. It's a little too late for me to make entry now. Oops. If I could still get filled.
Order filled.
Let's see where it goes from here. Watch as it comes down. I gotta watch it there.
Order filled. Order filled.
I took it on my MT4 too. So I made profit on both my MT4 and this. So if you guys take the momentum pullback scalp, you guys saw it there. I got in a little later. I had a manually close out of this.
Order filled.
It didn't fill all my orders. So I got out of the position right there. You guys can hear when it says order filled, that's when my trade got pulled out. Let me make sure I'm out of all my positions before. Okay, so I make sure it's all out because sometimes it doesn't pull me out of all the positions. So this is the momentum pullback scalp right here, guys. You guys can see where I made my entry. This is like the official strategy that we're applying. The other stuff was like pretty much speculative, but this is the momentum pullback scalp. So price came down right here. I got in a little late because price kind of filled it and I was still thinking about it. But then you guys saw when I put my order up right there, I put the order up, it filled it, came back down. You guys can see all these blue arrows right here. This is where it pulled out for profit. So got into the position, pulled out for profit right there. And yeah, that's the momentum pullback scalp. So I'm going to go ahead and put this over here real quick. In the group. So this is going to be yeah, so I recouped some of the losses there. On the accounts. Okay, anyways, let me I'll just find the markup for that right here. Counter scalp, pullback scalp. There we go. All right, so there goes. Wait a minute. Sorry guys, I don't know what just happened here. I don't know what I just did. I think I messed up one of the things here. Okay. Is there an undo button on Telegram? No, there isn't, huh? Okay, so I accidentally edited. So this is the momentum pullback scalp. I got to put back the other one that was there before. So for the other one over there, it was the V2. Sorry guys, I'm just doing so much stuff at once. I kind of messed up this post over here. So put that there and I'll just copy it because I already took a screenshot of that trade earlier. For the loss, because we just want to document this so that everything is documented. So in the future, we can just pull it back up and it'll have everything there. So there's a momentum pullback scalp and there's a loss that I took earlier. So loss we took earlier for the V2 And then momentum pullback scalp, which is right here, was the next trade. Nice, William caught it. Nice work, William. Other than that, all right, let me just make sure everything here is organized properly. Yes, we only took 2 official trades today. We took the V2, which was a loss, and then I recouped some of that loss right here off the momentum pullback scalp. We're looking for another momentum pullback scalp if possible. I mean, we don't necessarily need it, but if we do see it here, I'll be looking to take that next. So looking over here at my trade of 8, looks like I'm back in profit for the day. Okay. So I'll look for another speculative move here for me to take, for me personally, and I'll just take that screenshot a little later. But let me go ahead and screenshot my my copiers here so you guys can see how I recouped some of my losses. For some reason, one of my accounts didn't take the trade, which is okay, but it's kind of annoying because that's like the only account that didn't recoup some of the losses. So my losses are actually a lot smaller now. Not a crazy amount, but did recoup a decent amount. Okay, so here is my account so far. You guys can see now my loss is just kind of fix this real quick. There's another high-level momentum scalp right there that Vince just mentioned. There's a lot of entries that are coming up, guys. The volatility is just kind of crazy right now. So it's a bit all over the place. Yeah, Marston said the high-low just hit. Yeah, if you guys took the high-low, I have another speculative entry here for myself. This closes. This one I don't recommend you guys take, guys. So this is the one that I'm taking, which is speculative on my trade of 8. I'm just trying to like pump out trades on this account so that I can rebuild it back up. I'm back in profit on this account, so we get 2 wins right now. And I'm just gonna look for another one right here if I possibly can. Spread does kind of suck though, so we'll see. Spread and volatility kind of suck right now. There's no green candle there, so there's no entry. Yeah, no entry right there. Anyways, let me just finish taking my screenshot here. All right, so here's my profits now. So we'll just focus on like the first account. I don't care about the other ones. There's too much going on there. So initially I was at a $2,100 loss on my first copier account right here. And now it is at 1,550. So I got caught with some fees right there and stuff. So the profits weren't as high as it should have been. But you guys can see here that I pretty much recouped some of the losses off that last trade. You know, if I find another good momentum pullback scalp, I'll take that one as well. But for right now, there's just nothing else. So what we're looking for here basically is we're looking for another sell signal. If we get a sell signal, then we can start looking for another sell because we have a bearish trend right now. That's why we're looking for a sell signal. So we have a bearish trend with regard to the pivots. You can see price is below the pivots. The pivots are angling down and the trend meter down below is red. So we're obviously trying to look for a sell here for the momentum pullback scalp. As you guys can see over here, we're looking for the sell signal to come up. Once the sell signal comes up, we're going to look for price to push down, retrace, and continue down further. That's basically the setup that we're looking for right here. Once we get that sell signal, the sell signal is pending on this specific candle, but it hasn't closed yet. So the candle has to close before we can actually take it. So we will, we'll see. We just gotta give it some time, guys. It's just a matter of time until trying to see why did my trade not fill. or 203. Yeah, it's weird. It's just one of my copiers here that didn't fill. This one right here. All the other copiers filled, so you can see it recouped some of the losses, but this one right here didn't fill, so the loss is still the same. So there's going to be issues with copiers sometimes, but you just can't fill. All right, so we have a pending sell signal here again. We had one on the previous candle. We have now one here. Again, what we're looking for at this point is we're looking for price to kind of come down a little bit, retrace, and continue dropping from that point. We need that sell signal to close though. If the sell signal doesn't close, there's no opportunity there for entry. So again, guys, you just have to wait for the opportunity to arise. Once the opportunity does arise, we'll look for a possible entry here. The only problem here now that I can see being an issue is that the volatility is very low. So you can see over here, the ATR is changing. It went from 17 to 15 to now 16. If the ATR goes below 15, then we can't take any entries because the volatility is just way too low at that point. However, I'll probably still be looking for my speculative trades if you guys want to follow that. But for the momentum pullback scalp, to meet criteria, the ATR has to be at least 15, which we don't necessarily have right now specifically. Let's see, Shiv said possibility of retesting the upper higher. I mean, it's pretty high up. The upper higher at 52,200. I mean, possibly, yeah, it can come back up, but it looks like it's continuing to tumble back down. But yeah, I can see it probably coming to that point here if it comes for the retest later, but there's just no direction. So let's go over here to the clean chart. So Shiv, check this out. I marked this up earlier, right? You can see there's still not very much direction. The same zone that I drew earlier, price is now just ranging around that area. So it looks like price is moving, but it's not really moving too much. It's really just ranging around this area. Yeah, so it looks like it might be moving a little bit, but I mean, realistically, it's not really moving that much, right? Let me just take this off right here. Let's go back over here. That sell signal still hasn't closed yet. The ATR is still at 16. So, I mean, it's not really getting any better. It's not really getting any worse. I think if anything, it's going to get worse. Now the ATR is down at 15, guys. I don't know if we'll have any more momentum pullback scalps today, unfortunately. I would like to have some more. I'd like maybe at least one more. If I have one more momentum pullback scalp, I can probably recoup a lot of my losses here. Because if I have one more win, it'll drop my losses back down to like about 1,000. And if I can do that, I'll just be in the hole like 50 pips, which is not that bad, right? Compared to where we were earlier. So yeah, I mean, I'll keep looking for an entry here, guys, but it's not really looking like we're going to have anything at the moment for official entries. Again, if I'm taking these speculative trades, guys, these are not on my copier. So just keep that in mind. These are only being taken on my TraderBait account, which I don't really care about. So that's why I'm just taking these trades to kind of just pull it back up from where it's currently at. I mean, it's at break even right now. So if you look at my account right here, I'm at 1,500 or 150,000. So it's pretty much flat right now. I've had this account for like a couple months now. I just haven't been trading on it, but I keep paying the fees every month. So I just want to get it over with. I either want to get funded with the account right away, or if I don't get funded, then I'm just going to trade the account until I can't trade it anymore. And then I'm going to wrap it up. So yeah, you'll see me take a lot of these speculative trades over the next couple of weeks, because I need to get this account either funded or either failed. It's either going to get funded or it's going to get failed. So best case scenario gets funded and I just start getting payouts from like kind of taking these speculative trades on this account. And then worst case scenario is I just lose the account, which I wasn't even using it to begin with. All right, we have a pending sell signal right here. The ATR is at 16, but it's not really. So you can see it's back to 15 now. ATR is back to 15. It's not really stable. It goes down from 15 to 16 and then it kind of flattens out. And then right now it's back at 15. So we'll we'll see what happens here. We do have a sell signal though. So if I get 2 red candles, I'm going to take that as a speculative momentum follow-up. Otherwise, we can possibly look for a momentum pullback scalp if possible. Let me just see if there's any more zones down here. Let's see. All right, so this is 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. All right, so I'm still going to look. Oh, I should color this black. So I'll be looking for the momentum pullback scalp. However, I'll also be looking for my speculative trades too on my trader bait. All right, so basically, if you're looking for a momentum pullback scalp, you'll be looking for price to retrace up to this point right here and look for entry. The only problem is the volatility is not very solid. So technically, if this green candle closes below this black line, this will be a momentum pullback scalp. It's not looking like that's going to happen here. You guys can see price is already past the black line. This is the lowest level you can enter from. You can't enter from here because the momentum signal is right here. So this is the lowest point that you can make your entry from. So if it closes above, pretty much validates it. You got to wait for price to pull back down, which it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen here. We have about 7 seconds left on this candle. It's not going to close below it. And now you have to wait for price to come down a bit lower. So now we need to wait for price to come back down. If we get that, great. If we don't, then we don't. Then we just got to wait. All right, here's a clean chart. I'm going to clean this up right here. You guys can see that price is kind of just sitting around this area now. The new range is kind of down below here. This is basically where it's sitting at now. Not really too much to work with. All right, we got some more profits over here. We have Kenny, total profit of 1,940 for the day. We have Marcin over here, took 1 loss, 1 win. Slight loss for the day, not that bad, Marcin. I think he said he had to pull out early for that trade, and he made it right back, actually. So Kenny here locked in 1,940. Marcin over here, these were his earlier profits. Here's Gian, total profit of 1,020 for the day, all wins. And then Marcin took another trade here, total profit of 228. So nice recovery right there, Marcin. He had that small loss over there earlier. He made it right back on these other trades. So great work right there, Marcin. I still remember your question from earlier, so I will answer that as we start to wind down with this market. The volatility is still there, so I'm going to be looking for possible entries. But if the market doesn't pick up, then I'll go over and I'll answer your question, Marcin. I know you had a question regarding momentum counter scalp and the V2 breakout. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, the ETR is currently at 15 right now, guys. It's pretty low. I don't know if it's going to pick back up. Hopefully it does, but if it doesn't, then it is it's fine. Let's see, Martha said she took a V3 and a high-level momentum scalp that came up, pulled out early because of the counter trend, and the spread is crazy. So Martha over here posted her profits. Martha's currently up a little bit over 1,000 for the day. Nice work, Martha. So nice profits right there. Looks like, yeah, your second trade here, you pulled out early, but the first one you went straight to full TP. So nice work right there, Martha, with your profits for the day so far. Martha said the 1-minute chart can't make up its mind today. I'm done for the day. Have a great weekend, guys. Definitely, Martha. We'll see you back here on Monday So yeah, guys, if you guys are done and you guys are ready to wrap it up, feel free to wrap it up for the week. We pretty much recouped a bit of our loss from the breakout V2 earlier this morning. So recoup some of that loss. The loss is a lot smaller than it was previously. So if I don't see any movement here, which I'm not really seeing too much movement, I'm just gonna wrap it up too. But I will answer the question real quick from Marcin. So what I'm going to do here first is if you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to send them over. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this over to the Discord so that we have an idea of like, so I got this right there. I'm just going to post that up right there. And I'm also going to post up the momentum pullback scalp. And I'm also going to post up my profits for the day so far. All right, so the volatility here is kind of back and forth. It's not very consistent. It's a little more back and forth. As you can see right now, the ETR is currently at 16. So it's still pretty, it's not great. It's not like it's going to continue, going that direction. All right, Shiv. Yeah, Shiv said he's done for the day. And we'll see us back here next week. So, all right, Shiv, we'll see you back here on Monday. See if there's anything else here that I'm missing. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add up. Let's see, Nathan just posted up his profits. Nathan said the trade hit his TP, but it didn't close him out. So he had to close out when the green candle popped up. Yeah, so Nathan over here, unfortunately, he got into a position. It didn't close him out. The spread right now is super wide. It's back to a little normal now. So I'm looking at FTMO spreads currently at 160. It was at 190 a couple of minutes ago. So the spread is variable right now. So the variables on the spread is like, it's not really trustworthy because you can enter a trade and the spread can go up and you'll be trapped in that position, or the spread can go down and you can get out pretty quickly. But yeah, looking over here at Nathan, unfortunately, he got caught in the position. Looks like it hit his TP, but didn't close him out. So he had to pull out manually for a small loss right there. He's still up 780 for the day, but yeah, it sucks that you had to get caught in the trade when you should have pulled out, or it should have pulled you out actually. Here's Andreas's profits for the day. Andreas locked in the loss with us for the V2 earlier, and then he had some wins over here as he continued to trade, and now his loss got minimized to negative 490. So a nice recovery right there, Andreas. It's hard for someone to recover like that. Like sometimes somebody will take a loss and they'll be defeated for the entire day. Like I'm like that sometimes. Sometimes I'll take a loss and I'll just wrap it up. Not really wrap it up, but I won't necessarily take any more trades. But nice work right here, Andreas, on recouping majority of your losses there and bouncing right back. Let me go over here real quick. I'm going to copy some of these over. So we got Nathan's profits here. We have Patricia's profits here. We have Shiv's profits here. And Kenny already posted his in there as well. All right, so let me do the math real quick. So I already have the math here actually. So earlier I was at a negative 19,688 loss. Adding up the losses here now. So currently negative 1550, negative 14,480, negative 2090, negative, oh fuck, I did it wrong. Sorry guys, I did a plus there. Okay, so negative 1550, negative 1480, negative 2090, negative 1530, negative 4260, negative 785, negative 615, negative 1469, negative 1469. Okay, so I pretty much recouped about 4,000 of the loss. So I was initially at negative 19,688. I'm now at negative 15,248. So pretty much have added 4,000 back into my accounts across all of them. So basically for the month so far now, I'm back at 62,000. For the week so far, I'm currently at 34,000. And then for the day, I'm at a loss of 15,000, which is not horrible. It's not bad. We took that one trade, recouped me back some of that loss. And now my loss is like at 15, which is, I think, is pretty decent. In comparison to like what I've been doing for the past couple days. If you guys have seen my profits pretty much every week or every day this week, I've had like, like 5,000 days, 6,000 days, 18,000 days. So this 15,000 is not very much of a loss. I pretty much just threw away some of my profits from yesterday and the day before that. But other than that, the profits are still pretty decent overall. So, all right, let me get to that question. So the volatility here is pretty low, guys. It's currently at 15. I don't see it picking up at all. You can see price is just going sideways. If we go over here to the clean chart, you can see where I circled, price is just ranging right here now. So it's not really worth taking any entries. If you guys are looking to take some trades here, I probably would just think twice about it because it's not a good area to be trading in. As you guys can see, it's not a good area to trade in right now. Price is just going sideways. There's no direction. Like I wouldn't even take my speculative trades right now because it's not worth the risk with the volatility so low. So here, let's do this. Let me just add up my profits for. So right now I'm at negative 15,000. Let's add up my profits for the week. So 39.10. Oh, sorry. Do this again. 39.10 plus 43.30 plus 40.20 plus 42.80 plus 73.60 plus 18.45 plus 13.80 plus 38.56 plus 40.56. Okay, so and let me add up my. So for the day, I'm having negative 15,000. For the week, I'm up 35,000, and then for the month, we'll add this up: 74.30, 80.30, 77.20. 83.30, 10.799 plus 34.60 plus 23.58 plus 78.44 plus 78.87. Okay, so for the day, I'm currently down negative 15,000. For the week, I'm up 35,000. For the month, I'm up 63,000. So I just want to show you guys, this isn't to show off what I made. This is to show you guys that if you guys stay consistent, you should still be in profit at the end of the day and at the end of the week and at the end of the month. So today we took a small loss for the breakout V2, thankfully to 1-to-1. So it's not really a big loss because we've been winning these lately. And then for here, we took a win for the momentum pullback scalp. So we had one loss here for negative 250 pips, and we had one win here for 100 pips. So this pretty much recouped 100 of that loss, and now we're just down 150 pips for the day so far. So you can see over here for the day, I'm down 15,000. I'm up 35,000 for the week, and I'm up 63,000 for the month. So if you guys stay consistent and you don't revenge trade, like I'm not taking any dumb trades here. You guys can see all my accounts, right? I'm not taking any dumb trades. I'm like just sticking to the game plan, eat the loss, move on, take the next trade, eat the win, and then recoup some of that. So I'm just showing you, if you stay consistent and you just stick to even if you just stick to these trades on the live session, you'll be perfectly fine. The only time you really have a really bad downward spiral is when you start taking dumb trades on your own, right? If you guys get off the live and you start trading, like as soon as you get off this live session, you can just blow your account within one day. But if you stay consistent and you don't revenge trade like that, eat your loss, move on to the next trade, and then recoup that loss over time or within the next two trades or so. Other than that, let's get back to Marston's question. So Marston's asking, what's the difference between the breakout V2 and the one that we're testing, the momentum counter scalp? So let me go over here. So for the breakout V2, and I'll mark up opening price right here. All right, so opening price is at 630 right here, right? For the breakout V2, you're looking for two candles in the direction of momentum. So for example, right here, we have a sell momentum before pre-market, right? So we're looking for two red candles. We don't get those two red candles. Right here, we get a buy signal. So after this buy signal, we're looking for two green candles. Right here, you can see how we have two green candles. That's where the breakout occurred. We made our entry right there. Unfortunately, it went straight to stop loss. It happens sometimes, right? That's what happened there. So we had a stop loss right there. Unfortunately, that was our loss for the day. For the momentum counter scalp, you're looking for the first momentum after market open. So market open right here at 6:30, we had a buy signal. Now you're looking for the counter. That's why it has counter in the name, because you're looking for an opposite direction. You have a buy signal here. Now you're looking for two red candles, which are right here. And your momentum counter scalp would have happened right there. And this is a smaller TP stop loss. It goes for 100 pips because it's a counter scalp trade. It's more of a counter trend type trading. I don't really like to counter trend trade, but if you want to counter trend trade, I would go for a small, just a small TP. So that's the difference right there, Marcin. One of them, you're looking for the direction of momentum. For the counter trend or the momentum counter pullback, or sorry, momentum counter scalp, you're looking for basically a counter trend move. So if you have, or you're looking for counter momentum basically. So momentum is going this direction. You're looking for the reversal basically. And that's where the reversal would happen right there. I mean, this strategy could probably be done for a 1-to-1. I just haven't tested it for that, but for our entries over here. So here's the momentum counter scalp. And just make sure the data here is proper. You have to update it sometimes. Yeah. All right, so again, if you guys are new here or if you guys don't have access to the Discord, all of my spreadsheets are on Discord. So if you go to Discord over here, go down to Trading Journal. This strategy right here is for the momentum counter scalp. If you go down to the channel right there for momentum counter scalp, you click on this, it'll pull up the spreadsheet and you guys can see every momentum counter scalp that's come up for like the past month or so. That's how long I've been testing it. So looking at this right here for the momentum counter scalp, it currently has 17 wins, 4 losses, total profit of 700 pips for a win-loss ratio of 80.95% win rate. So basically 81% win rate for the momentum counter scalp. Pretty decent win rate for this specific strategy. This is a negative risk to reward. So you have to have a very high win rate in order for this to work. Looking over here at the breakout V2, so this one is a 1-to-1 risk reward. This is beneficial because, and I'll show you exactly why, and why I prefer this one versus the momentum counter scalp. Okay, so looking at this right here, it has 16 wins, 9 losses, so it has a lot more losses. Total profit of 1,750. So basically the same time period as the counter scalp. This has a higher win rate, but the profits are smaller. So you have a 700 pip profit here. However, for the breakout V2, it's a total profit of 1,750. This trade comes up every day, no matter what. This trade comes up only when it comes up. So that's why some of these have missing days, because it doesn't come up every single day. But this one does come up every single day, and it has a win-loss ratio of 64%. So with this being a 1-to-1, as long as it's above 50%, it's going to be a profitable strategy, right? This is actually very good at 64, because at 64, you're making, profit over profit, because typically you just need to be above 50% to be in profit. But this is way higher than that, and you just continue to make profit from that point there. So this is why I kind of prefer to follow this one. I mean, I still look at the counter scalp, but they kind of happen at the same time. So it's hard to really identify it when you're looking at one or the other, because sometimes you'll look at one, the other one will come up and you'll miss the other one. And unfortunately, that can be the difference between making a mistake and losing both trades, or just following one and then, locking in profits from that as well. So other than that, let me see for my official trade. So I took, I took one trade today. So I took 2 trades today. So let me just copy this over. It's probably easier for me to just, I don't know why I'm trying to make it, I'm trying to overcomplicate it more than it really needs to be. So it's for the breakout V2. And this is the entry. Today's the 15th, 9/15/23. So also, if you guys are are in the Discord, I'm documenting every single trade that I take. So for the month of September so far, I mean, we're doing pretty decent for the month of September. You know, it's still kind of a slow month. So we're kind of slowly making our way through. But yeah, so for the month so far, I got the data right there. So for the month of September, from September 1st up until September 15th today, I have about 10 wins, 4 losses, total profit of 700 pips for the month so far. Total trades, 14 trades, and a win-loss ratio of 71.4%. So not horrible, not great. I mean, you know, last month wasn't so great either. It was at 68%. Month before that, I was at 88% win ratio. Before that, I was 91%. Month before that, in May, I was 100%. So typically my win-loss ratio is usually in the upper 80s, if not 90s. We're in the summer months, so it's kind of like a hit or miss. Even like July was actually pretty decent. I was at 80% win rate, 88% win rate. August is kind of lower, and then this month is a little lower too. Also, you have to keep in mind that we're applying different types of strategies. So just because the win rate's lower doesn't mean the profitability is less. Actually, my profitability this month is a lot higher. As you guys can see, I'm currently up from my profits for the month so far. I'm currently up 63,000. So I'm actually doing pretty decent for the month, even though we have a lower win rate. Let's see, question over here from Marcin, or from Dave actually. Dave said for the breakout V2, is there a particular time in the market, or should it be applied just when the ATR is decent? The V2 happens at the same time every day, Dave. So there's no time period for it. If you look at the chart over here, it always happens around the same time. So if you look at all the entries, they typically happen within like the first 5-10 minutes or so. So they happen every day, whether it be a win or a loss. It's just a win-loss strategy. So you don't really think about, okay, when do I take this trade? The strategy just comes out in the beginning. So usually it happens like within the first couple minutes. So it just happens that time, and then that's going to be the only entry for the day. So we don't really look at ATR. We just look for the entry. When the entry comes up, you take it, and it's either going to be a win or a loss. It's a 1-to-1 risk to reward, so you don't necessarily have to think about that too much. You know, it's more so just taking the entry when it comes up. So yeah, ATR could be high, could be low. The breakout happens regardless of the fact. See, quick question from Vince. Vince is also asking if there was a triple confluence that just came up. Let's see. Yeah, it actually was, Vince. I don't know if you caught it, but it was a triple confluence. So this sell signal right here broke and closed past this low, which was that's a high-low scalp. There was a momentum scalp right here. And then also there was a pivot scalp. So 3 strategies in one: high-low scalp, momentum scalp, pivot scalp. And it lined up as a triple confluence. I think this candle might have been too big though, Vince. Actually, it was barely, it is a little too big, but if you wanted to take it, it'd be like just there. Because typically that'd be a red flag if the, let me check the sessions too. Yeah, that'd be a red flag if, you know, if you ended up, because the candle's just a little too big. Not that it makes a difference, but yeah, still be a red flag. But yeah, that'd be a setup for a V3, or not V3, a triple confluence. All right, Marcin said for the breakout V2 ATR. Yeah, so the ATR doesn't matter for the breakout V2. I basically just answered both your questions at once, Marcin. So, all right, guys, I think that's it. It's 7:55 right now. If there's any other questions that you guys have, you know, feel free to put them in the chat right now. Otherwise, we'll wrap this up pretty soon. Again, if you guys are new here and you guys want access to pretty much all the strategies that we applied on here, go to the website. Website is kodikaitrades.com. Click on unlock your free access right here. And then once you get to the course, this is actually, I don't have the tab open anymore, but it'll take you to the course. And also, if you guys are not part of the Discord, I highly recommend you guys join the Discord because it has so much information in here. So when you guys get on the Discord, I know some of you guys don't see all the channels over here. If you guys don't see all the channels, just go up here, click the drop down and click show all channels. If you don't have that click, this is probably what it looks like. But if you guys want to see everything, just go to show all channels right there and it'll pop up. Again, if you guys want to post your profits, go over here to the profits category, go to team profits, and then post your profits down here. So we got some more profits over here from Francis. Francis locked in on his first trade at 1,555 and then a loss of 860. So total profit, my math sucks, but I'm going to assume that it is 700 for the day. So 700 profit, Francis. Just a little eyeball of like what it'd be. I was doing the math right there, just subtracting it. Actually, these are separate accounts, I think. Yeah, I think these are two different accounts. So yeah, Francis is up on first account, then he lost a little bit on the second account, but in total, he'd be at about 700 profit for the day. Vince over here, unfortunately, took one loss off the V2, and then he recouped it right here, some of it. He's now at negative 600 for the day. So not too bad, Vince. You just need to take one more trade and you'll probably be back in profit for the most part. Other than that, I think that is about it. Yeah, Vince, I'll see you there. But yeah, guys, if there's any other questions that you guys have, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, looks like we're done for the day and for the week. If you guys don't have to trade again, like I mentioned earlier, guys, I would probably sit out of the market. There's not any reason to really trade right now. The market's, I mean, it's starting to drop a little bit, but the volatility is still very low. If you look down at the ATR, I missed the double entry right there, but it's all good. The momentum follow-up. But yeah, so guys, if there's anything else that you guys want to discuss, feel free to reach out. You guys can email me, Sean@kodikaitrades.com. If you guys want to message me directly, Discord's gonna be the quickest way. So if you go on Discord, just message me on Discord, join the Discord channel, message me, and I'm pretty responsive to, all the questions and stuff that come in. So, all right, guys, other than that, have a great weekend. If you guys have any questions, reach out. Otherwise, I will see you guys back here on Monday for market open. So,